The biggest reason why fans around the world love the Marvel Universe is that the heroes it features are amazing. But you don't have to go to the movies to meet amazing people with such superpowers. It would be hard for you to believe that such superheroes live in the real world and among us. But it's true. Today we bring you 10 of the best examples to prove it. Number 1. Englishman Iron Man. Unless you are a brilliant scientist or a billionaire, being a hero like Tony Stark or Iron Man, who flies at lightning speed in iron armor, is just a dream. But Richard Browning, a resident of a small town, managed to make his dream come true. Look at how confident he is flying above the sea at lightning speed. He looks like the fourth part of the Iron Man movie series. In fact, this ambitious British engineer always wanted to create a real copy of the famous Iron Man armor from the movie. But his first attempt failed. Richard could only rise about half a meter above the ground in a few seconds. But this inventor worked hard on this even on weekends, and sometimes even his wife asked him to give up his dream of flying. But in the end, the result exceeded all expectations. His device, equipped with 6 gas turbines, can fly for 12 minutes and accelerate to a maximum speed of 450 kilometers per hour. Number 2. Star-Lord Doppelganger. When you watch a movie about superheroes, it's hard to separate the actor from the character. It seems that all these incredible feats or atrocities are performed by the actor, not the superhero. Things like Chris Hemsworth's super hammer, X-Men's wounds that heal with a touch are connected to their lives. But the actors who play these superheroes are not very keen on performing complex and dangerous tricks. Filming an accident puts their lives in danger, and no director would ever want to postpone the filming or release date of the film. As a result, the actors and actresses have to seek the help of computer graphics or professional stuntmen. For example, Chris Pratt, the superstar of Guardians of the Galaxy. But who is the person next to him? You could say his twin brother, but that's Chris's stuntman, Tony Macford. He may not look like Chris, but when they are dressed in the same costume, it's hard to tell them apart. Macford did some serious acting for Chris in both Guardians of the Galaxy and Jurassic World. Only Jackie Chan in the current film industry does all his own stunts. Number 3. Captain America is an engineer. Captain America doesn't even need to use his dueling skills, because his incomparable shield does it all for him. Unfortunately, we don't have such a weapon in real life, but Canadian engineer James Hobson, aka Axsmith, is known for making copies of famous elements of video games and superhero movies. Among his inventions is Steve Rogers' shield. It's not made of vibranium and can't hit targets with such precision, but it returns to its owner's hand. James also wears an electromagnetic ring on his forearm that attracts the shield. The shield is very strong, and James can even break concrete blocks with it. James also has a bow and an Iron Man helmet. However, it seems that it is better not to cause problems with this person. Number 4. The Iranian Hulk. This giant is also like a superhero. However, it is hard to imagine that there is a person who would want to test his strength. You can see that the Fanta can in his hand looks very small. In short, it is very difficult to catch him on camera. This incredibly large man is Sajid Gharibi. He lives in Iran and has about 479,000 followers on his Instagram account. This 34-year-old giant is 88 centimeters tall and weighs 155 kilograms. All of that is muscle weight. Sajjad participates in weightlifting competitions and also represents his country in bodybuilding competitions. Because of his size, Sajjad is often compared to the Hulk. We do not know if he has been exposed to gamma radiation like the Hulk, but there are definitely similarities. Bruce Banner turns into a monster when he gets angry. Can you imagine what Sajjad would look like if he got angry? Number 5. Real-life Spider-Man. You might have been tempted to let a spider bite you in the hope of achieving the same skills and abilities as the famous hero you admired as a child. It is fun and exciting, but it is also a very common behavior among children. Who doesn't like to jump 200 or 300 meters, climb steep walls, crawl at lightning speed, and land safely on the ground after doing somersaults in the air? William Spencer is known as Spider-Man in real life for 2 reasons. First, because he was Andrew Garfield's supporting actor in the Spider-Man movie. And the second reason is because he behaves in a way that defies all laws of gravity. William was inspired by his older brother's success as a child, and from there he started skating using complex tricks. He runs along the wall as if his feet are glued to the surface. The producer saw this guy's talent and invited him to be a stuntman. Number 6. Real-world gambit. The accuracy and power of Rick Smith Jr.'s card-throwing ability in the United States can be compared to the ability of the mutants in the Marvel Universe. If you don't have a knife to cut vegetables, you can use a card that Rick throws. This mutant character from X-Men had superpowers and was able to control the energy of objects. Rick, a magician, denies being a mutant superhero. According to Rick, his speed and agility are the result of long-term training. The tricks he often demonstrates not only amaze the audience, but also allow him to set world records. For example, in 2002, Rick entered the Guinness Book of Records for throwing a card a distance of about 66 meters. He once became the world's most accurate target player by throwing 47 out of 52 playing cards into a 25-centimeter diameter bowl in less than a minute. Number 7. Earth's Thor. You've probably wondered if there's a real-life person with the power of the god of thunder and lightning. There is indeed one. That's John Cole. He may not be the son of Odin, but he's considered Earth's Thor because of his incredible physique. This guy looks like a bodybuilder, but he's as flexible as a professional gymnast and can do some of the most amazing acrobatic tricks you've ever seen. He's known for his quick jumps after lifting heavy weights, sprinting, pushing, and jumping with weights. He can lift a huge hammer and looks a lot like Thor. This athlete breaks concrete blocks with a 26-kilogram hammer. Number 8. Red Skull. Many of us like to look like some fictional character from comics and superhero movies. That person can be both a hero and a villain. This transformation by Henry Rodriguez is a good example of that. This 36-year-old man from Venezuela has spent $40,000 on several surgeries to become the supervillain Red Skull of the Marvel Universe. He has admired this villain since childhood and always dreamed of looking like him. It took him about 10 years to create this look. Henry had a lot of changes in his face. He has a forked tongue and completely black eyes like Red Skull. He also has his nose cut off. However, we have to admire his effort. Number 9. Lars Anderson. Ancient Egyptian pharaoh Amenhotep II was able to shoot 4 arrows in 2.25 seconds. Also, Hiawatha, a Red Indian chief, could shoot 10 arrows in 8 seconds. But today there is an archer who can compete with the best archer in the Marvel Universe. His name is Lars Anderson. He is a great athlete, and for many years he was the fastest archer in the world. Lars Anderson is also the first archer to shoot 3 arrows in 1.5 seconds. Not only that, he was also able to shoot 11 arrows in the air before the first one fell to the ground. Can you imagine how talented he is? These skills are also highly appreciated in the film industry, and he has been invited as a consultant for many films and television series, including Robin Hood. Anderson can even shoot an arrow that hits the wheels of a moving car. Number 10. Black Widow in Norfolk. This man from Norfolk is wearing a homemade spandex suit that makes him look like Miles Morales in Deadpool. Behind the suit and mask is a real superhero, not as glamorous as the movies make him seem. For the past few years, the young man has been volunteering on the roads and streets. He often helps the homeless. Providing first aid in emergencies and fighting crime are also part of his daily routine. For example, he is very dedicated to preventing car thefts. However, he has special skills to protect himself in more serious conflicts. He has mastered martial arts such as karate and Muay Thai, and he also carries pepper spray and an extendable police baton. But he has not had to use them properly yet.